How about now? Can you hear me now? Um, Testing, Gilby. Let me see. I need to. Okay. Well, that makes sense. So I've been talking to myself for quite a few minutes here. I didn't realize that that started on auto mute. So that might be why the first 5 or 6 people joined and left. All right. So welcome, Lost Island Beta. I'm in here. I want to do a live Q&A for people who have asked, and a lot of people will be watching this back after the fact. So I want to get started with a couple of the questions that I've been sent via chat. And the first one is, what level anthill do I recommend for Lost Island? Now, there is definitely a curve to this. And being an anthill level 18 on this account, this was a new account I started like 2 weeks before we went in. Leveled it just as fast as I could, but it was tough. And I had a really hard time getting started, but I was able to kill level 1 tiles for a while, and then I finally built up to getting level 2 tiles, and then I've built up to level 3 tiles. And now I'm working towards level 4 tiles, and I'm actually going to try that right now and see how I do. But I wanted to show everybody. The second question was, what tier of ants do you recommend? Early on, I only had tier 6s, and I was able to take level 1 and level 2 tiles. Once you start doing some achievements, you can unlock tier 10 and tier 11 ants, which allows you to start progressing more. And after you've gotten that first, those first couple achievements done, and it'll give you like, I don't know, 100,000, 180,000 tier 10 ants. Let me show you how many ants I have. All of the tier 10s I have are purely from the first achievement. So 360,000 tier 10 ants. That's what I was given as achievement rewards just for doing some of the first basic things like helping build towers, taking 10 resource tiles, killing monsters, things like that, or insects rather. And these ants they're true tier 10s. They're strong. So it doesn't matter if you're a level 16, a level 18, a level 20. Once you get in here and you start doing some stuff, you're going to unlock these tier 10 ants, and that gives you a chance to start participating on a higher level. Ultimately, the goal is to unlock all tier 11 ants, because the tier 11 ants are stronger than the tier 10s. I don't know why I exited that screen since I was going to talk about these. But the tier 11 ants, here's a look at the tier 11 carriers. So they have 109 attack, 72 defense, 23 health, and 13 march speed, which I didn't compare to the others, but it seems decent. And then the shooters, they only have 10 march speed, but look, they have 138 attack, which is insane. The thing that I wanted to note or to show everybody here is the troop load for all 3 types of tier 11s are the same. It's 9. So for the guardians, the carriers, and the shooters, it's a troop load 9 for all of them. So you're going to be able to carry the same amount of resources. So it doesn't matter if you're carriers or shooters or guardians. If you're trying to loot some resources, it's all going to carry the same amount. But yeah, unlocking these tier 11 troops is going to be the ultimate goal. And the way you do that, there's lots of ways to unlock these. But the very first basic thing that you're going to do when you get in here is you're going to claim resource tiles. And when you click one of these, you'll see that I have to attack this to occupy it. And there's 450,000 resources on this node. But each node has a different type of troop. So in this, I'm going to zoom in, you can see that on the resource tile, you can see that they're different color ants. So these yellow ants right here are shooters. These orange looking ones are carriers, and then the brown ones are guardians. And you have to pay attention to that because some of these tiles have multiple types. Diamonds, for example. See these 2 diamonds here, how one of them is shooters, and one of them is carriers. So if you're trying to build a certain troop type, pay attention to what type of ant you're after. Like if you're taking a meat tile because you need it for, server versus server, and the collection of the meat, or not server, the lost events, the conch and the forces of nature, forces of whatever. But you could see here that this meat tile has carriers, but then this meat tile right here has guardians, and you can tell by the little picture what they are. So this one is carriers, and once you memorize what they look like, it gets much easier. But one of the first things that you want to do in here is starting to take tiles, and you're going to have to figure out what level of tile you can take, because if you fail, it hurts. And let me show you if I have a failed message in here. I don't see one, so I'll try and attack a level 4 and see if I fail, or show you what happens when you succeed. I'm going to speed these along. And here's the resource cost for healing. This feeds into the third question. How many resources should you bring or store up on your castle to bring into Lost Island? It all depends on your playstyle, because if you're fighting a lot and you're killing off these troops, you're going to have to heal them. And look at the cost for 37,000. It looks like it's about 1.5 million of the meat, 1.9 million plants, 682 soil, and 822,000 sand, and 660k honeydew. So imagine if you're fighting back and forth with somebody and you lose 150,000 of these. It's going to be a pretty heavy resource cost to heal these back up. And they don't come in fast. So looking here, and I may be a little scatterbrained, and if you guys are in here, leave a question in the chat and I'll address that too. But you can see here that my Guardian production is 426 per hour. My range production, or my Guardian production is 393. My carriers is 426, and my carriers are 853,000. Now here I can collect, because I hadn't been on this account for a while, and I just got 12,000. That helps, and you'll slowly build up more and more of these as you go along. But the goal is to have, full tier 11 troop marches, and with everybody getting on the same page as far as troop tier, having tier 10s, tier 11s, your stats and your attack speed and your special ants are going to be more important than ever, because everyone's going to have tier 11. Well, the person that has 600,000 attack, or not 600,000, 600% attack, is going to beat the person that only has 400, even though they both have tier 11s. So, work on your stats while you can. If you've got a couple of weeks left till Lost Island starts, start working on your stats. The other place you can get stats once you land in Lost Island is these building enhancements. And building enhancements is a whole nother system that is super resource intensive and expensive. And the thing that I'm wondering, when we leave Lost Island, do the enhancements all go away so that the next time we go in, we have to redo it? If that's the case, I don't know that I ever want to go in here a second time, because these are very expensive to upgrade. So an example is, for me to go from Queen 12 or Queen 11 to Queen 12 for enhancement, here's the resource cost. For carriers, here's the resource cost to go from 12 to 13. For the Alliance Center, here's the resource cost. You could see that it's pretty resource intensive, and you've got a bunch of buildings to upgrade, and the upgrades matter. So this one here, you get honor for increasing it, but you also increase your seasoned soldier ant's health. This one increases how many you get per hour, on top of increasing their healing speed and reducing their healing cost. So whatever type of ant you use the most, you want to focus on that building. That's one of the things I said in my first things to do. The very first research for this gives you 20 per hour. So the very first thing I would do when I land in Lost Island, I'm going to kill 2 or 3 level 16 threats and do the little basic tutorial. And then I'm going to upgrade my carrier nest, my shooter nest, and my guardian nest, all to level 1. So that I start getting 20 per hour guardians, 20 per hour shooters, and 20 per hour carriers. And then I'll start trying to occupy tiles and figuring out what our alliance plan is going to be and that type of stuff. So stock up on resources. Empty your farms, load up on resources, bring in what you can carry, because you do want resources and you're going to need resources to, be competitive in here. Okay, so I think I kind of answered the questions. Hopefully, Croson, I actually answered them. I get off track when people aren't in here to actually ask more questions, but basically any level of anthill can participate. Focus on your achievements to get the tier 10 ants. Focus on your current special ants so that you can have marches that are larger. You want to try and get the dupes so that you can increase, your skill 1 and your skill 6 to have 100k in your march. If you do that and you have a march of 300k tier 10, you're going to be able to kill a lot of things in here without trouble, and you're going to be able to participate and be a good contributor on any of the battles and the things that the Alliance is participating in. Okay, so jumping around, let me see if I can't find some more questions. Okay, someone said there's no sound. Fixed. So we had a Lost Island beta question round, and I answered a couple of these questions. One of them was, what zone is best to start in? That's another strategy type decision, and we got an achievement here. So here's this. I'll also be showing all of the rewards in a little bit too. But for me, the best spot to start, the one that I like the best, is Zone 8. Or I think it's called Zone. I don't think it's Zone 8, but it's pink. So pink right here, the reason I like pink is because pink starts in this square right here, and pink has access to this top right zone. So see this top right zone up here, how pink expanded into that with basically no contention? That's a bunch of extra bonuses that they're getting that they didn't have to fight people off for. They didn't have to go into another zone and take it. They were able to just go right in there and take these extra residences, these extra layers, etc., without any contention. And the reason that matters, looking at a level 7 residence, it gives an extra 17 per hour carriers to everybody in the Alliance, on top of 16.5% Guardian Ant defense. And that's for everybody in the Alliance, 16.5%. Now looking at the map, look how many landmarks they control. So every one of these landmarks has different varying levels of it, but looking at how many things they have, they've got well over, 1, 2, maybe 300% stats additional to all their Alliance members. So taking all of these little landmarks, even these level 4, level 6 layers, I would have finished taking all of these if I were them. All of these matter. Look at this, 12.5% carrier defense. The other thing, and this is kind of an advanced strategy type thing, is relationships matter in here. So being warmongers and attacking everybody and just killing everybody off is going to make it hard if you start getting hit from both sides. And I'll show you what I mean. You only have 300 towers inside of Lost Island. All right, so look over here, how we have all these landmarks. And let me turn off my bookmarks. So we have all these landmarks over here, but they're not connected to anything. That's because we have a nap with pink, so that pink's not going to attack us. We're friends with them. We said, don't attack us, we won't attack you, that's fine. That allowed us to take down these 100 towers over here that were connecting all of these, because we don't have to fight for them anymore. We don't have to connect them anymore. So, hey, what up? How's it going? Long time no see. This is our ants version of, what's it called? The one where you go into the map, Uncharted Seas. So this is the ants version of Uncharted Seas. And the thing that I like about it is it's alliances rather than kingdoms. So you don't have to contend with your own kingdom and trying to force you to get along with other alliances that you don't like or other alliances you might be at war with. So all of these little landmarks and tiles and stuff, like we were able to take down these 100 towers and use them to fight over here. Teal declared war on us, and you could see how well that's going for them. We've taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of their landmarks, and we moved into the next zone here that should have been theirs, and we've taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like 10 of them. So we're definitely flexing on Teal a little bit because they started it. And now we're moving towards the center. So here is where the tree is going to be, somewhere in the center. I passed it. So here's where the tree is. So we want to start building towards that. And we have to make sure that we don't get locked out of getting there. So the tree is in the center, and that's the ultimate goal. But right now, purple's kind of in the way, and pink, even though we have a nap with them, there's not a whole lot of room to get through here. We might have to start here and then build towers along here and make our way up to one of these bridges. Or they might just fight purple right here. It looks like that might be the plan, is to fight purple and just take this from them. But we'll see. And it's similar to, yeah, we're orange. This is similar to Uncharted Seas, where you fight on the towers. You have to tear down their towers, build up your own, all of that type stuff, and you can attack people. It's the same concept basically, but some other things that I like, more free to play friendly on some of the things. The main one being the troops. Now, the reason that my troop count is so low is because I haven't been playing this account that much. Now, looking here, I only have 89 out of 127 resource nodes occupied. So there's potential for me to capture another 28 resource nodes. And if I did that, even if I'm only doing level 3s, it's 4 troops per hour. Oh, no, on this account? No, this is a new account. I started to get coverage on this game. My other main account, I think I'm pretty decent. I would say as far as power goes, I'm in the top 20. And then we've got some pretty big monsters in here. An example is on my other main account, I'm like 21 million power, and we've got some people that are 75, 56, 40. Those are the what ups and the dark mystics of the ants. So I'm definitely not at that level, but I am doing pretty well on my main account, I would say. Okay, so does anybody have any questions so far? I know that a lot of this is recap for some people, especially if you watch the other videos, but I just want to try and answer any questions that people have about this. Let's see. What's another new thing here? Hornets. Hornets are new. So the thing about Hornets is you get extra rewards. You get these Lost Island fruit, but you also get these Hornet resource chests. Inside each Hornet resource chest is 1,000 resources, and you get to choose. So let me send some marches out to kill some Hornets. I can kill level 16 Hornets with my 3 smaller marches, and then I can kill level 17s with my main march. So I'll do that. And there's also boxes that you get. So let me see if I can open some of those. The boxes that you get for Hornets, these aren't them. Here's the resource boxes for Hornets. So see, you get 1,000. You get to choose 1,000 of a resource. If I'm like, I want sand, look at that, 10,515 boxes of 1,000 sand. So that's a pretty decent chunk of sand. I like that you get to select what resource you want, because you can kind of keep these until you're short on something. Now the Hornet chests, let's use some of these. The Hornet chests have a chance to give you advanced teleport, some resources. The thing that we're really after when we open the Hornet chests is these Lost Island eggs. Because the Lost Island eggs, oh yeah, so what up? The max for this this game currently is level 25. So Anthill level 25 or Queen level 25, and then all of the buildings can go up to 25. So this is, I think I'm Anthill 22. Ability should you max first for gold armor ant? My personal opinion on ants is, let's see, on this one I don't have gold armor, but let me go look at him. I tried to go kind of even on abilities. So this ability here, this second one, Big Bite, tertiary defense, and tertiary attack, I leveled these all up at the same time. I went, level 5, level 5, level 5, level 6, level 6, level 6. But the first ability that you should level up once you have a duplicate copy is this ability. Your number 6 ability, you want to max out number 1 and number 6, because that's what makes it so that your march can get up to 100,000 troops or close to it. That's the first thing that you want to march on or get on your special lance, because attacking with 100,000 troops is much stronger than attacking with 40,000 troops. So that's the first thing that I always max on my ants. And then the other abilities, as I unlock them, I kind of level them up together. I tend to lean towards the attacking abilities first, like Big Bite, Rampant Attack, and then these last two, if you can unlock them. But, again, I don't level gold ants or any of these ants up until I have a dupe. Because if you don't get a dupe, you could max out all these abilities, but if you don't have this ability unlocked when you have the duplicate copy, then you're marching with a 35k march against people that have 100k, and it's just, you're not going to do that much. So I wait until I've unlocked or have a duplicate copy, and then I go in and start leveling up these other abilities. But gold armor is a strong ant, so he's definitely a good one to build. Okay, let's see. Where was I at? I got off track a little bit, but attacked some hornets. I got some of these boxes and these hornet trophy chests. So I'll show, before I actually open them, what we can get from the hornet trophy chests. So there's a chance to get the lost egg, teleports, spores, shields, and then basic resources. So let's see if we can get an egg. And then since I'm here, let's look at the eggs, the new eggs, and I'll show you kind of what we're working with. So one of the things that's special about Lost Island, and I don't know if I've mentioned this in my other videos, after you've done the second or third milestone, you unlock the Lost Island hatch with a free Lost Island egg hatch every single day. So you get the free Lost Island hatch, you get the free gold egg hatch, the free purple, and still the 3 blues. So you end up getting a ton of free summons and extra chances at the new eggs. So looking at this, when I click this, these are the new eggs. They all have a chance to drop from this special egg, but also some of the older ants have a chance to drop in here. So I kind of wish it was just the new special ants, because you could spend money on these and open a ton of them and then end up getting ants that you already have, which would be a little frustrating. But, that's how these games are designed. These new special ants, so good. I don't want to cover them all right now. It's a lot of talking, but I have a specific video, 2 videos covering all 12 of these ants. One video covers the universal and the carrier ants. The other covers the guardians and the shooters. I go over every single ability. I talk about how strong they are, those type of things. Yes, Daniel, and you get 100. After 100 Lost Island hatches, you're guaranteed to get one of the new special ants. 100 is a lot, and the other thing that they put in here is, see this remaining hatch time right under there? This is so that the whales can't go too crazy. You can only hatch in the season, the 45 days, you can only hatch 600 times. It put a limit on it, so the whales can't go crazy. So some of these guys are going to go in here, they're going to spend like crazy, they're going to hatch 600 eggs, and they might not end up with any of the new special ants. or I shouldn't say that, they're not going to end up with any dupes. Like, it is possible to get 12 different ants and never get a dupe of the new special ants, and then what are you going to do with it? You have to wait. Yeah, what up? So there's special ants, which are basically the guards of this game, and they have special abilities. They lead certain types of troops. Oh, let's see. After your accumulated luck reached 100, you can obtain Lost Island Special Ant. It doesn't look like a selector. It looks like it's random. Allnars. So what up? There's 3 different types of troop, just like in these other castle builder games. There's guardians, which are your infantry. There's carrier, which are your cavalry, and then shooters, which are your ranged. Oh, they're really good even without dupe. So thank you, Daniel. I haven't seen any of these reports. I'm in the main Ants Discord. I don't know. I just don't chat in there as much as I should. And then I'm in a Discord with this alliance. Again, I'm just not in there as much as I should be. And I know that I should fix that, but it's hard because I've got my main account, my farm, like this was just for content, so it's tough. But yeah, so hopefully I answered your question, what up? Hopefully I answered your question, Allnars. I was going to segue into something and I don't remember what it was. Oh, I was going to open up see if I get lucky with my 7 eggs. I've only got 7 eggs right now, but I'm going to open them and see if we can't get lucky. Because it would be really cool to get lucky on stream and get one. Nothing so far. I doubt that it would happen, but man, it would be awesome if it did. And no luck. Well, it was worth a shot. It's hard to earn these new eggs. It takes a lot of luck. There are rewards that give you... Let's see, there's a chest down here. If I have one. This chest right here. So when you get these chests, you have a chance to choose either 50 Lost Island fragments or 1 regular tertiary egg. I've, of course, been picking the fragments each time to try and, piece together these eggs. But I haven't gained that many. I haven't done as much participating as I should, but I think someone said that as a free-to-play player, the most Lost Island eggs you can earn throughout the whole event is 128. I think that was the number that I remember hearing. And I don't know where they got that number, but I just believed them. I was like, that sounds reasonable. So if it's wrong, my bad. It's 54? Oh, are you talking about the free hatches? Because I think they were talking about the free hatch day combined with all of the guaranteed rewards for a total number of eggs that you can get max. I think that's where they got that number. But yeah, the free hatches, 54 sounds pretty reasonable because it's a 45-day event. Oh, I wasn't supposed to hatch that. That's for tomorrow. Okay, so what else was I going to do? I'm going to see if I can't kill a level 4 tile. I don't remember where I saw one. There was one over here somewhere. Here's a level 4 tile. We're going to refresh this. And I don't have enough to fill that. So did I put special ants in here? I did. So I'm going to replace these back to tier 10s so that I can put tier 11s in here. Okay, so I've got a march of 188,000 tier 11 troops. We're going to see if we can kill a level 4. What app do we use? We use Discord. So the main ants, they have a Discord, talk to the developers and the mods and stuff through Discord and that type stuff. I don't know if they have a VIP program. Actually, I do know they have a VIP program. I got offered VIP when I first joined, but it was something crazy that I was like, I think you have the wrong person, because it was like, oh, if you spend, $1,000 in a month, you'll get an extra pack or something. And I was like, that's that's a little outside of my price range. But it was nice to get offered Oh man. So here's the other thing. Looking at this, a lot of our guys I think are in a different time zone than right now, but it alerts you when someone's in your tower, so you can click it and go see what tile they're in. Um, and you could see that they were attacking. And I don't know if he just attacked and killed and left or what they're doing, but they're definitely annoying with their messages here. Oh, I actually won. That's the first time I've taken a level 4 tile. You guys got to see that live. So I lost 18,000 troops that I will have to heal, and the slightly injured just come back to me automatically. And let's take a look at my current stats on this castle so you can see that even though I have tier 11 troops, I still don't have many stats to back it up, and that's where the problem is. So looking at my attributes, I've got 272% attack, 100% health, and then 224% defense. I don't have any additional speed. I don't have any additional special ant attack, any of those other stats. It's just these three. And you could see that they're guardian ants that are on the tile. So if I had done my carrier research, I actually would have hurt these a lot more because carriers counter guardians. Oh, you and Muffin still? Yeah, man. I'm glad you showed up for the live stream. Like, I do miss doing my live streams here, but in this game, I don't have a lot of events that I can live stream as much because each attack costs stamina, so you have to plan. So it's not like, my old raid videos where I could go raiding for 2 or 3 hours. Like, I might use up all of my stamina in a single hive and just be done in 30 minutes. So it's not as good of a live stream when that happens. I'm starting to try and record some of these shorter sessions when I do that. But for now, it's just, trying to get videos in where I can. And yeah, I had fun doing those. And I had fun in New World too. But again, like, I knew the developers weren't going to change anything. It sounds like they're still going crazy. Someone sent me some screenshots of the current stats in Guns of Glory, and I was just like, "Holy crap, man! I'm glad that I left because it's just absolutely insane. Like 60,000 stats and 35k top stats. Like it's just nuts." So, all right. So looking at my very first level 4 resource tile. By taking that tile, I'm now gaining 7 additional carriers per hour, and that's for the rest of the event. So if you come in with a strong first march and you're able to kill level 4s with your, tier 7, tier 8, tier 9, whatever it might be, if you can kill level 4 resource tiles, do it. But be careful, because here's a mistake that I made. When I first got in here, my hospitals were not leveled up. So on this new account, I was like, I don't need hospitals. Nobody ever needs hospitals, right? So I only had 60, I think at the time I only had 30,000 hospital spots. My very first attack, I lost my full march. I attacked level 4 tile with my tier 6s, and I lost like the whole march. And when troops die in here, you don't get them back till the end of the event. So let me show you where you get them back at the end. So in here, there's this saving soldier ants tab. All of the ants that actually die in here, your own ants, they come into this tab and they just sit for 45 days until the end of the event, and then you get them back. So be careful to make sure that your hospitals are large enough and that you pay attention to your hospital capacity, because you don't want troops to die, because yes, you will get them back, but you're not going to get them back for a long time. And tell you what, when I first got in here, my total troops, I only had 150,000 troops. Losing 52,000 crippled me. It hurt so much. I couldn't do anything. I had to empty out my 3rd and 4th marches just to fill one march and realize that I have to attack level 1 tiles. So be careful. Learn from my mistakes. Pay attention to your hospital capacity. And start slow. That's another piece of advice. When you're starting, if you're not sure that you can kill a level 3 or level 4 tile, attack a level 1 or a level 2 and see how many troops die. Because you saw here, so I'll show you. Let's do it. I just killed a level 4. So, here's the level 4 report. I had 97,000 survive, and 18,000 went in the hospital. Okay? Let's try and kill a level 5. Now, you'll see how wrecked I get when I try and kill a level 5. If I can find one that's within range. I want one inside of the barrier so that it doesn't have any extra boost inside of my territory. So give me a second, try not to get sick. Oh, check out the zoom in this, what up? Look at how far out I can zoom out. It makes it so nice for looking for people on the map to zoom out this far. We had such a migration. Oh man. Migration in Guns of Glory versus migration in the Ants. Let me tell you, we migrated already. What up? We just left my very first server. We got migration. Migrations are free within your group, right? So it's a group of 50 servers that you're allowed to transfer in between, and it was free. The only thing it costs is an item. So these, let's see, I don't have any. These right here, these zone migration buffs. So the higher level castle you are, the more you need. But basically, I migrated for, I think, 6 of these zone migrations, and you get them with Alliance Store. So your donation rewards, you can buy one of these. They don't have any in here right now, but I think they're like 250,000 points, which is like a day's worth of donations. And yeah, it's like free migration. It's fantastic. So, okay, we're going to try and kill a level 5 tile. And let's see what happens. I can't, the other thing that you can't do in here, you can't speed your marches. So inside of Lost Island, everything is so much slower. I suggested to them that they fix that because, one, carrier, like your speed research doesn't work in here like it should. Like a march this close should not take that long. 22 feet should be like seconds. So I told them they should apply the insect tag to these tiles so that you gain your extra 400% march speed when you're attacking, tiles and threats, because man, is it slow. Same thing with attacking landmarks. Like you can only get so close to them, but yesterday we were attacking one and it was like 4-minute marches and I was like 25 feet away. I'm like, really? That is, man, outside in the regular map, you can speed your marches. But in here, when you're attacking tiles and insects and stuff, you can't. Okay, so here's what happened for a level 5 tile. Look at the difference in power. 37,000 troops into the hospital. None of my troops survived, and I only killed 38k. I barely dented this level 5 tile. So make sure that you pay attention and don't try and attack a tile that's too big off the start. What up? I made a lot of suggestions to them, and they've actually made some changes with some of the things I suggested. I think that they were trying to even things out with the free-to-play and make it a fun event for everybody. But yeah, they made things too slow. Like, it was kind of silly how slow some of the marches are. And hopefully they make those changes. Because, yeah, attacking the landmarks and stuff was just really slow. And I was like, I want to be able to, speed these in, get my hits done, and, like, attack stuff faster. So let's kill some more insects. I'll do a couple of things. Does anybody else have questions? I'm trying to think of any questions that, like, people have had for me and that maybe I didn't fully answer. Just doing some of my daily stuff on here, even though. So the other thing though is, like, I've been playing this account. It's a server 25 account. I can't do anything with it after I'm done. I'm not going to keep playing it, but because of the migration groups, I can't ever get it back into the 500s. Like, it's stuck in the 25. So I'll just abandon it or give it away so that someone can use it as a farm or something. Watching old Guns of Glory videos. Yeah, those are, I did have a lot of fun playing that game. It was fun. I had a lot of fun making those videos. But again, like I just knew it was time for me to go. Even though I was getting pretty popular on the YouTube and all that stuff, I wasn't I wasn't enjoying the game anymore, and that made it kind of a chore. And once it gets to that point, it's like, you know, I'm not making tons of money doing this. So being forced to do videos or feeling like I have to do videos, it's, I have to enjoy it. You can tell in the content it comes across if I like the game or not. If I don't like the game anymore, then people can tell, you know? And I'm sure that people could tell towards the end that I was negative about everything that they did. Everything was negative. I was like, oh yeah, these developers this, these developers that, like everything negative because in my opinion, they weren't doing anything right. And I still don't think they are, but I'm over it. And still no eggs. So it looks like I won't be opening any more eggs on stream this time, but you know, it was worth a shot. Now, the one thing I do like for spenders, if any of you guys are in here watching are spenders, is that when they give you those special chests, they value Lost Island eggs at half of a regular tertiary egg. But when it comes to money and actual spending, it's still 3 eggs for $5. So that's not a bad price. This has a limit of 20, but that means that for $100, I can get 60 eggs as long as I buy it every single day. You can't buy them all at once, but it's something. And then, it makes it so that you can actually get these eggs. I didn't check in here if the weekly special, it looks like it's still the regular eggs, but if they put special eggs in these weekly specials too, I'd buy even more. So I'm saving my money, waiting on my main account, and once we get there, I'm definitely going to be buying this top pack, every day, so that I can try and get the new special ants, because the new special ants are so good. Knowing my luck, I'll get not a single special ant, and I won't be able to do anything, but, we'll see. It is what it is. Okay, looks like we're kind of dropping off on some viewers. Trying to think if there's more questions that people had. Let me scroll through a Discord real quick and see if I can find any of what people asked. New position, 30% raise. That was one of my friends, so I'll have to read that in a minute. Let's see. High level perspective. Okay, so let's talk. I kind of talked about this already. So here's something that I wanted to bring up. Landmarks are really hard to take down, and they have to be scheduled because, let me show you one that's uncaptured. Let me show you this level 8 residence, for example. This level 8 residence has 27 million troops stationed. So see the total stationed troops, 27 million. We've got big guys rallying these with 5 people. They've got the 5th rally slot unlocked. We've got big people rallying these, and they're only taking down like 1.5 million troops. So this is going to take like, between 20 and 30 rallies, depending on your strength, to kill this. And then after you've killed it, you have to knock down the 70,000 durability. You have a 1-hour timer. Once somebody attacks this, it starts the 1-hour timer. At 1 hour, it resets. So these need to be scheduled. You say everybody be on at 30 minutes after reset. We're going to start the tree. We've got an hour. If you're not one of the big players attacking this, as far as killing the troops, let the big players kill that. But you need all players after, because attacking for durability, even smaller marches can take out durability. And it may not be a lot, but everything helps. An example is when I came with my brand new level 18 account, I was able to chip away like, I don't know, I think I did 1,500 durability over, the first 10 minutes while we were killing it. And that may not seem like a lot when there's 70,000, but you have an alliance of 100 people. So if you get 50 people online and everybody can take out, 1,500 durability, you're set. All right, what up? Let's go look at the tree. Here's the tree. And I'm zoomed way out, but this is the tree of abundance. So in this game, instead of like a castle in the middle, it's a tree. Whoops, sorry, I'm trying to zoom in. So this is what the tree looks like. This is a different tree than the regular map. Um, it's pretty similar though. This one's just done up with the extra lily pads and the purple flowers, and I don't know, it looks like a dead snake carcass around it. Oh, and since you haven't seen, let me show you some of the anthill designs, because I'm sure you haven't seen any of those, the skins. So right now I had this one, but here's another one. You've got this little guardian gemstone guy. The epic skins I don't have any of, but they have the animations. So stuff like this, they're all kind of, they're not as like hardcore as the Guns of Glory ones, but they're kind of cool. They do some cool ones in here. And like this one I think is pretty cool. And then this snoozing groundhog, they've got a bunch like this. This one's cool, eating the flies. And then there's a ton of these. So there's tons of new skins, but the one that everybody's using right now, because it just came out, is this one. So when a new one comes out, everybody switches to it, and we start, everybody looks the same for a while. But yeah, it's pretty neat. Okay, anybody else have questions, comments? Let's see, I'm just looking back through questions. I don't see a ton. Let's see, people have been speculating about, and I can talk about this. People have been saying to save your regular golden eggs for after the event. The reason they're saying that is because there's speculation, and I'll say this is speculation because it's not confirmed, that after Lost Island ends, that they will put the new season special ants into the regular eggs. Now, I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't seem like something that would make them money. I think what they're going to do instead is allow you to keep purchasing Lost Island eggs after the event ends, as long as you haven't used up your 600 hatches. And then they'll make you go into Lost Island Season 2 and start it over for you to be able to spend more and buy more. But I could be wrong, and they could put it in the regular eggs. So people are saying hoard up on your regular eggs as well as your new special ones, so that if they do put them in here, you'll be able to summon after. On my regular account, I am level 22. I'm an Anthill 22 out of 25. I could push 25, but I'm waiting until I'm ready to go all the way to Tier 9 troops. One of the other things that this game has that I don't like, that's free-to-play friendly, is it's got a cap on what you can steal from low-level castles or low-level anthills, and it's 3 levels. So as a level 22, when I'm raiding, if I attack a level 19, I can get my full march's worth. If I attack a level 18, I can only get like 80% of it. If I attack a 17, I get 60%. A 15, it's like 40%. So attacking low-level castles, you can't really get much out of them. So shooting up to 25 and not having all of my research and everything ready for tier 9s, it just cripples me. So I stopped at 22 while I'm leveling up all of the other buildings and getting my research primed, so that when I do decide to push to 25, I'll be able to push straight to 25 and tier 9. So I'm doing that all in one shot. So one of the things that I'm held up on is in this game you have these depots. The depots are the amount of resources that you can hold. So leveling up a depot, for example, right now my depot cap is 25 million. I can only hold 25 million soil. If I want to go over that, I have to spend a crap load of diamonds to do it. But if I just level this up, it goes up to 35 mil, 45 mil, 55 mil on the level 2. And then you unlock the level 3 depot, which goes up to like 600 million or something crazy. So I'm just leveling up my depots on my main account, leveling up my depots to get them up to I think it's either 8 or 9 that I'll be able to push all the way through without spending too many diamonds. How long till level 30? I've not heard any mention of Anthill 30 yet in this game. we're only at the one, we just passed the 1 year anniversary of this game. So with that happening, if they do have plans to go to 30, I would guess it would be something to do after all of their new Lost Island event stuff is done. And Lost Island is still the very first beta one is what's going on right now, and they're slowly releasing it to the other kingdoms. So I think the very earliest that we would see an Anthill level 30, if they were going to do it this year, would be like August or September. And I think that might even be pushing it. I think that it would be better for them to wait until like Christmas time, and when everybody's got their Christmas money to try and push and push to Anthill 30 and tier 10, or no, tier 10s are already in the game, but like if they're going to add tier 11s, Anthill 30 and tier 11s, I think that would be a good thing for them to do. Now that being said, there are tier 10s in this game, but I think there's only a handful of people that have unlocked tier 10s at all. They just did an announcement, like server, or not server wide, like worldwide to all Anthill servers, that the very first person had unlocked tier 10 soldiers, and they made a big deal about it and put his name out there and all that stuff. Like, it was a big deal. So he just finished that research tree, and looking at it, it's a pretty crazy research tree. It's like the Imperial University in Guns of Glory. Like, you're looking at a big chunk of money if you want to get through that quickly. And if you want to do it slowly, it's going to take a good amount of time. So it's one of those things where, yeah, tier 10s are cool, but I don't think I'll be getting them anytime in the next 6 months. So unless they make it easier, which who knows, maybe they will, but it's locked through research. Tier 9s and tier 10s are research locked in this game. So looking at carriers, for example, I have to get all the way through this tree and get down here. But to do it, I have to have my carrier ant nest at 25, my evolution center at 24. I have to have completed all these other researches. And then I need 17,500 creature remains, which that's not actually that many. So unlocking tier 9s is totally doable. But after you unlock tier 9s, it opens up an entire new research tree. And that research tree is like 10 times the size of this one. So researches then all of a sudden are costing like 40,000 for one, thing. Oh yeah, we've got a bunch of 25s. What up? Like there's a whole bunch. And then in this Lost Island beta, I think they're all 25s. So looking at the thing here, Anthill 25, 25, 25, 25, 25. Yeah, like these are all the bigs. So we're in server group number 2. So there's at least 8 servers that they think were stronger than ours. And then we're one of the stronger groups in here. So I think that this alliance here in the server 25 is one of the top 10 alliances in the game. And the main guy, let's see if I can find where he's at. He's got ridiculous huge stats. It's crazy. So he's 226 million power. And he is, yeah, so that's the anthill he has. But his attacks are crazy, and he's got 3 billion soldier defeats. Like, yeah, he's a monster. So Boots is definitely like super crazy, and it would be awesome to get to that level, but he's got like everything maxed out, like millions and millions of tier 9 troops, just crazy. So all right, does anybody else have Lost Island questions or anything? I see some more people joining. You guys, guys or girls, whoever's joining, feel free to ask questions. I've covered a lot of stuff. I always forget things, and people will ask it after, and I will say, yeah, I wish that, I wish that I would have remembered that, but back in the sec, Garcia, yeah, I'll wait till you get back. We're starting to build up in people, which is crazy because we've been going for an hour already. But yeah, any of the new people joining have questions about Lost Island, I will answer it even if we've already covered it, and do my best to help explain. Otherwise, watching this back will be beneficial for trying to answer some of your questions and looking around. One of the things that's annoying, and I made this suggestion to them, is that hornets, you can't search for hornets. You can search for the regular monsters, but you can't search for hornets. And hornets only spawn on top of rocks. So it's really annoying to scroll through the map looking for hornets, because it's like, where the heck are they? And you'll find some, but then they'll be so far away that they're impossible to kill. It was the point where I had to bookmark spots where hornets spawned so that I could find them. So I was doing stuff like this to bookmark hornets so that I could attack them. But yeah, it was kind of crazy. And I just got some kind of alert popped up, and I don't know what it was for. I don't have Streamlabs running right now, but let me see if I can find out what that ping was. Played a message. I just set Streamlabs up not too long ago, and I have no idea what it was for. Okay, so quiet chat. We're up to 10 people. I wish that I had more questions to answer. Yeah, looking around the map, if anybody wants to see the map, there's a pretty big map. You've got 8 starting zones, for everybody that didn't know that, and then all of these lines are towers connecting to each other. So you can see where people have started fighting and who's won based on, this was our starting zone. We have all of our starting stuff, but we moved over into Teal's starting zone, and you can see that we've taken half of their things. So we definitely won that war. And then we've moved in to fight here, and we've started taking some stuff from Yellow. So I think Yellow started this fight as well, and we're fighting them. So we're going to move in, and it looks like we're going to take Yellow out completely. So yeah, that looks like our plan of attack. Hey Matthew, how you doing? Long time no see. Coming back to Guns of Glory? Never ever. I think at this point, Guns of Glory would have to pay me a lot of money to come back and play. So they would need some pretty beefy contracts to get me to come back and play the game. And at this point, I think that there's people who are better suited to earn that contract, like you, Matthew. I think that you should get a contract like that. You've been loyal to the game for years. So they should definitely take better control of their content creators so that they stay in the game. And then they need to make some changes to their business model. I'm still super unhappy with their business model and the greed that I saw coming out of that company. So, all right. Let's see. What other kind of questions we got? Yeah, someone showed me pictures the other day of the max stats. I think the other thing... So here's one other thing that might make me come back. If I had a whitelisted account, I'd totally come back. If I got a whitelisted account for any of these strategy games, I would 100% play them, because that would be the dream, to just be, top 10 and dominating everybody and not have to spend any of my own money to do it. So yeah, Matthew, if you can get Guns of Glory to give me a whitelisted account, I'll come back. Totally come back for a whitelisted account. All right, so for the new people who got in here, again, we're towards the end of this. I'm out of questions to answer. I tried answering them. Oh, so we've got migrations here in the ants already, and they're free. So I didn't have to pay anything to move. Girls None account. Yeah, that'd be fun, maybe. But I think I would just waste troops because I don't know what I'm doing anymore. Like, I wouldn't even know what the new guards are, how to counter them, what they do. Like, I don't think it'd be worth it. Looking around in here for newer people, one of the first things that you're going to want to do when you land in Lost Island is upgrading your nests. So enhancing here, when you go to the enhancement menu when you start here, you have level 1 everything, or level 0 everything, I should say. So it doesn't give you any levels of this. But the very first thing you want to do is your guardian, shooter, and carrier nest. When you level that from 0 to level 1, you start gaining 20 ants per hour. So you very, very much want to do that first so that you start building those tier 11 troops and getting those going. If you're in a different time zone, set an alarm, wake up, port in here, and start those buildings, and then go back to bed. Because then when you wake up, you will have started getting 20 per hour, and you'll have, 100 or 200 ants already. Make an account to troll me in the ants. Yes, do it. But what's probably going to happen is you're going to like this game, and then you're going to stay, and that would be fine. So server 573 is where we're at. So you guys can come and join us and try the game out and troll us, and it'll be fun. And what up? You'll like it. You'll probably get to Anthill 25 in like the first month, and then decide that you like the game and you want to stay. Man, we're up to 13 people now. Anybody else have any questions? Because I answered everything, and without being super repetitive and starting everything over, without questions, I don't have any more answers. So I'm just hanging out, looking through Lost Island, and I can go see what some of the wars were happening, see if anybody's fighting right now. I don't know if our guys are fighting. Let's see if there's any fights happening. So over here, there's a lot of tile stuff happening. See if anybody's actively fighting. Nothing. In my alliance, I think this is a bug. Yeah, it's a bug. It keeps saying that they're taking our tiles, so there could be some fights if somebody comes to defend these. So right now, they've been attacking those from long distance, it looks like. But yeah, not much going on. Oh man, I need my resources for Anthill 25. But there are tons and tons of farms and dead castles around that you can get a lot of resources from. And starting a farm is super easy. Once I hit 25, I'll let you use my farm to get to 25. How's that sound? I just started it 2 days ago, so it doesn't have a lot of resources yet, but I'll still share. I will still share. So attacking some hornets. For anybody who just joined or doesn't know, hornets get added a couple of days in. Let me show you the milestones for that. So season milestones, scrolling to the top. After the first day, as long as your season zone has occupied 500 resource tiles, you unlock hornets. And then on, I think it's the third day, you unlock the Lost Island hatch for the special ants. And then as you go through, you unlock more and more resource tiles for doing different things, etc., more little rewards, and keep working towards stuff. Here you get an insect. The rewards themselves, not amazing in here. Looking at the season achievements themselves, let's see, looking at that. Okay, Christopher, good question. If you destroy the towers that are connected to a layer you occupy, do you still get the layer buffs? Yes, you do. And I will show you, because that was part of our strategy, and one of the first things I talked about was relationships in here matter. So that we did this, see here how we've got all of these that are unconnected? The only reason that works is because we have a nap with Pink. We made a relationship with Pink. We said, we won't attack you, don't attack us. Mutual agreement. So we demolished 100 and something towers over here so that we had them to move forward. Because Pink's not going to attack us. Green attacked us. Look what happened to green or teal. So after they attacked us, we said, okay, it's on. And we went through and we took half of their stuff, demolished a ton of their towers, and now we're moving on. Yellow said, we're going to attack you too. And now we're here. So we're attacking yellow. We've been fighting yellow. We took this from them. And now we're working towards some other stuff. So, we took this Coral Fairyland, which has bonuses of 15% attack, 15% defense, 6% health, and 44 to all 3 troop types. We took this for them, so that benefit goes to us, and they lose those benefits. So don't start a war with somebody unless you know that you can win. Otherwise, you want to try and be diplomatic and, make friends. Okay, so hopefully that answered your question, Christopher. If you want to see more or you want me to show something else on the map, let me know. I can do that. But you can see that things got a little crazy with tower lines moving through, and you can look and see who's been winning fights based on this was blue starting territory. Pink rolled right through and took 6, 7 things from them and killed all their towers. And you could tell that Pink won that fight. Up here, Brown hasn't fought much, it doesn't look like, but Yellow looks like they're getting killed from both sides. So this yellowish orange color, Purple's moving in to take some stuff, Brown moved in to take stuff. They're kind of out of it. Blue, if Brown starts attacking Blue as well, Blue's going to lose all their stuff, and they're basically out of it. So Pink is definitely one of the strong contenders. We have a nap with them, but once we get to the tree, I'm sure that'll change. Purple looks pretty strong. Depending on what happens with Yellow, they're going to get pushed out by us. So the Teal and Yellow will be out. So the final tree will be Orange, Purple, Pink, and Brown, it looks like. And that depends on what happens in the center area, because once we start fighting, we'll figure out what happens. Okay, account management button. So up here, when you click your power tab, there's a settings tab, and here you can see you've got, account settings, language, instructions, you've got your options menu, your blacklist, all of these different type things. Some of these, I don't know what they are, this, preparation status. When you click that, it just says stay tuned. You can redeem your codes here. You can switch your accounts here. So if I want to switch accounts, I would, switch accounts, move over, etc., etc. So this is where you also see how many troops you've killed, where your power is, how many battles you've fought, all of that type of stuff. And again, don't judge me on this account, because I started this account just for Lost Island, so there's not a whole lot of work in here. Yeah, yeah, Chris. Poisonous carriers for sure. Like, I'm definitely a carrier main. Nice, you're on your way to tier 10s. Nice, champ. That's awesome. I am not anywhere near tier 10s. I am working towards it, but I still haven't unlocked tier 9s, and I haven't done level 25 yet. I finally built a farm. I should have done a farm early on, but I was lazy, and now I'm paying the price. So someone else, there were a few people who moved over from Guns of Glory with me. One of them is Escanor, and he built 3 farms, and he's level 25. He's got his tier 9s, and he's killing it because he was, he put in the work to build 3 farms, and yeah, we're still here. If you have questions, go ahead and ask, and I'll re-answer them if it's something I've answered already. Yeah, I do need to spend more. Sadly, I did have an Amazon contract for this game, but that has ended, and there is no word of renewal right now. So I'm playing on my own dime again, which is going to get expensive pretty quickly. And we'll see if my YouTube can get built up enough to sustain it, or if I'll have to go and try and play as a free-to-play or see how that goes. As long as I'm still having fun, it doesn't matter if I have to go free-to-play or if I have to spend some of my own money. But if I stop having fun or I get bored and I'm spending my own money, that's typically when I quit games like this. I was playing another game recently called Seven Nights 2. I played it for 4 months, but recently they did a major update and they released two new heroes that were like, if you don't have them, you can't do anything. I didn't get either one of them. And I was like, all right, I'm out. I used up every single resource I had been saving for 2 months. Didn't get them. Peaced out. Uninstalled the game. So you have to when you start, you start building up, and you have in your inventory an item called the newbie teleport, which looks mine's gone. It's a greenish teleport that's called a newbie teleport, and when you use that, it allows you to pick your kingdom. So you have to find the newbie teleport item, and then you can teleport to any kingdom in the game from there. So you're allowed to teleport, I think it's like up to 7 days and under Anthill 14 or something like that. So look at the rules there, but what might be fun or useful. Well, I didn't know you're actually going to make an account. But one of the things that might be fun for you, if you're going to try this out, is in whatever brand new kingdom you're in, terrorize everybody, kill them for resources, build yourself up quickly, and then use your newbie teleport and move over. So, I mean, that's definitely an option. It was a lot of fun doing that because when you first start a new kingdom, there's people attacking everybody all the time, and when there's 50 alliances and you make a top 10 nap, like that's still 90% of the servers fair game. So it's pretty fun when you start a brand new, you know. Well, what you do is you make your name something like, you know, sorry, it's business, or, you know, whatever it is. And then you attack everybody and you change your name to your real name after you move over, and they'll never know it was you. And then you've got your millions of resources. You've built up to, you know, Anthill 13, and you move over ready to actually start leveling up and following the new server rules. Okay, anybody else have any questions, comments, anything you want to see? I'm kind of just floating around the map here. One thing that was, you know, the first week or two in here was boring. All right. Prepare yourself for that. The first week or two is very boring until one of the milestones you reach. Let me find it. Once you reach a certain milestone, it makes it so that the bridges have less troops. So that was the first one. Oh, up here. So this one right here, the Hornet Infestation, this level 5 and 6 tunnel, when they reduced the difficulty on this, that's when people were actually able to take it down. So once this was finished, this happened on the 25th of April, so about 2 weeks ago. So 2 weeks ago when we unlocked this, that opened up the floodgates, and that's when all the fighting started. And that's where we've been fighting basically nonstop. I heard at the beginning we need to prepare resources for healing. Will there be a war or what? Yes. Okay, so saving resources, the reason that you need to save resources is because there's going to be a lot of healing as far as troops go. And we did an example. I killed a level 4 resource tile, and here's the report. So this is with tier 11s. So this is a new account, but I unlocked enough tier 11s. I had my 180,000 whatever tier 11s, and I killed this. I had 18,000 tier 11 troops that ended up in the hospital, but I beat this node. Now let me show you what happened on a level 5. I attacked a level 5 resource node thinking, hey, maybe I'm strong enough, and I got wrecked. So I've got 37,000 tier 11 troops in the hospital. And let's go look at the resource cost for those. It's just a lot of healing. So a lot of your stuff is going to be healing. And did I already start healing these? Let me speed these up and see if I've got any in the hospital here. Okay, so selecting all of these. This is 57,000 tier 11 and 2,000 tier 10. So it's going to cost, 2.3 million of the meat, 3 million leaves, 1 million soil, 1.2 million sand, and 1 million honeydew to heal 57,000. In the first couple of weeks of the event, there's no war. The only thing that you're going to be using your resources for are healing troops, the first one, as you're trying to occupy resource tiles. And it is important to occupy resource tiles. So even though I lost, so looking at this battle report, even though I lost 18,000 troops attacking a level 4 tile, I would do it again and again and again. I will do it 20 times in a row to unlock the level 4 tiles, because a level 4 tile, once I get back out here, so I'm zooming out here, a level 4 tile gives me 7 carrier ants per hour. So the higher amount of troops you have per hour, and you keep that going, the more tier 11 troops you have to play with. So you want to keep conquering resource tiles, and eventually, looking at my list as an example, see here I have 24 level 1s, 6 level 2s, 59 level 3s, and only 1 level 4. That's because when I first started, I could only attack level 1 resource tiles. Then after I got tier 10s, I was able to kill level 2 and level 3 resource tiles. Just recently, I've unlocked a full march of tier 11 troops. Now I can kill level 4 resource tiles. The only reason that's so hard is because this is a new account. And my stats on this account, let me show you. My stats on this account are 272% attack and 224% defense with 100% health. 90% of these stats are from my alliance controlling landmarks. So I'll show you some of the landmarks, but you can see here that a level 5 tile has 300% attack, 300% defense, and 135% health. So you need to have better stats than that to attack this, and you probably want your special ants to actually be pretty good so that they can do some of the kills in here. But it's recommended that you kill, or that you have, let me see if it sent me one of the fail messages. Let's see. I don't know that I have one right now, but when you fail, it tells you like, hey, we noticed that you failed. Here's the recommended strength for attacking a level 5 tile or a level 6 tile or a level 7 tile, and it shows you what you should have. Now, the reason I have so many stats is because of things like this residence. So we took this residence, and when we look at this gives 14.5% shooter ant defense. Another good example is the one that we took from these guys, this big one. This Forsaken Fishbone, when you look at this, it gives me 15% attack, 15% defense, and 6% health to all my ants. So it's definitely a big bonus. And when you look at how many of these are added up, like looking at, you saw what those resource tiles give. So we've got, 40 or 50 of these times minimum 5% stats each. That's where all of my stats are coming from. So as you progress, it gets easier to take higher and higher level tiles. Level tier 8 and tier 9 soldiers can take what level tile? At the start, it's recommended that you have tier 9s to take a level 5 research tile, I believe. If you have tier 8s, you can take level 4s. Tier 7s can also take level 4s if you have enough stats or really good special ants. And then after you've done some of the season achievements and things, the first ones, you'll unlock tier 10 soldiers, and you'll unlock a bunch of them. So looking for an example at my troop camp, I had 360,000 tier 10 carriers. Those were all given to me in the first week from achievements. So, it's Maddie? Huh? Oh, you're asking if Paper Matthew is Maddie? No, Paper Matthew's from Guns of Glory. He's a YouTuber over there. He came to troll me. But these level 10 soldier ants, once you unlock them, it gives you enough to basically fill one march with tier 10 soldiers. Whether it's carriers or shooters, you get to choose. So choose carefully. I'm a carrier main, so I picked carriers. But that allows you to start doing more. So, like I said, when I first started, I could only unlock level 1 nodes But then after I unlocked the tier 10s, I was able to start getting the level 3s. And then once I got the tier 11s, I'm able to start killing level 4s. So eventually, if I had stats like the other guys, and I had, 400% attack and defense like my main, I'm going to be able to kill tier 5s probably. Yeah, Matthew, of course. I miss you guys. So yeah, the thing I recommend basically is start slow on the tiles, kill a level 2, and see how many troops you lose. If you lose none or you fought it well, kill a level 3. Then try again, kill a level 4. But the difference is going to be, looking at this as an example, here's a level 4. I only had 97,000 survive. When I jumped up to level 5, I barely killed anything. So the jumps are pretty big. So unless you can kill a level 4 tile with like basically no troops dying, you're probably not ready for a level 5. So kind of keep that in mind, that you definitely want to start slow and figure out what you can be comfortable with. Oh, tier 9 is level 4. Okay, so tier 9 is level 4 tiles. So when you first jump in here, try level 3 with your tier 8s and see what you can do, or even your tier 9s. Because some people that have tier 9 troops might not have enough stats, and some people that have tier 8 troops do have enough stats. And you can tell stuff like that when you go into, like, we were in the Rainforest event, and I was smacking level 25s around like they were nothing yesterday because they boosted to 25 and they didn't have any stats to back it up. So my tier 8s were just smashing through them. Yeah, it depends on the evolution and what you focused on and all of that stuff. Hey, what up? How come you're going to cry? Are you trying to figure out the new game? Are you having a hard time? Don't give up. You can come play with me. Or did you migrate to the wrong server? Yeah, Puma Cat, thanks for the info. Puma, do you have any questions or any staged questions that you can either answer yourself or help me answer that people might have? And then let me translate this name and see if I can say it and figure out. Oh my god, seriously, landscapers right now. That is the worst timing ever. Okay, I'm trying to translate this name so that I can ask them a question. Okay, the name is Small Matches. Okay, I don't know if that translated well, but the name is Small Matches. Do you have more questions? Oh, Felix, baby. It's right in front of my face. I totally missed it. Hey, Felix, welcome. So Google Translate has let me down, man. It translated over to Small Matches. Oh, so it's raid weekend and you're in Kingdom 170. So don't get rallied while you're there. Or actually, you probably have enough stats to take a rally. What are your stats in Guns of Glory? Like 30k top stats, and you won't be fully maxed, so you'd be at like 58k regular stats. That'd be my guess. Yeah, Felix. Yeah, when I tried to translate your name, it translated to Small Matches on Google Translate. So it didn't quite help me out, the way I was expecting. Another thing for people who just joined or people who have been here is when you kill hornets in here, you get these hornet resource chests, and they make it so you get to choose the resource you want. So when you get these chests, you get, like 140, and you get to choose. So it's like, oh, I need sand. I could say, oh, I need, this much sand, and boom, there it is. So these are nice resource chests, and it's nice to hunt hornets in here. I don't know that you stopped building stats. Because you have so many bigs. So that's one nice thing about this game. What up is if you don't want to lose troops, you never have to lose troops. So even on defense, if someone was going to attack your castle, let me show you. Where's your entrance? So here's your entrance. What am I looking for? Your garrison. So you choose your garrison, which ones you want to be in your defense, and you choose the order they fight in. Right now I have none of these selected. So if I unselect all of these, someone attacks my ant or my hill, it won't kill a single troop because none of my troops are on defense. Even if I have 10 million troops in my hill, because I haven't selected these marches, none of them will die. It also makes it so that these super bigs, they focus on their pro march first, but they can only attack with their pro march because their pro march might be 5 million power and mine's only 4.2. So they're going to beat me if I fight them one-on-one. But if they send their secondary march at me, I'm going to beat their secondary march because my main march is stronger. And then Scarecrow boat ported next to you. So you're going to get rallied. How much time do you have on your shield? But yeah, it's basically you don't have to lose troops. If you're like, well, they're going to kill me anyways, I might as well take all of these off defense. Well, that makes it so that when they attack you, you don't lose anything. Felix, have any more questions? Anybody have more questions? Felix, you asked about resources. The other thing that costs a huge amount of resources is enhancements. The thing that you do when you get in here is you have level 0 enhancements on all of these buildings. And you're going to want to start upgrading them. So I'll show you some of the fights that have been happening. But basically leveling up, an example is Queen 11 to Queen 12, enhancing it. It's going to cost, look at this, 5 million, 3.4, roughly 10 million resources to level this up. And you're going to gain 1% stats, attack, defense, and health. And that's what you're going to gain out of it. But all of these small boosts make it so that you can go farther. And then the ones that are important, this one as an example, leveling up your carriers increases how many tier level 11 carriers you get per hour, and it increases your healing speed and reduces your resource cost. So if you go all the way up to 25 on this, you're going to have a 25% reduced healing cost, increase of 25% speed, and you're going to end up with like 150 per hour or something crazy. So yes, there will be fights, but not at first. So the first 2 weeks, and I'll show you in here, so the season milestones, when we first started, so we started on the 18th, or the 17th of April. So it wasn't until down here with this hornet infestation, this one right here. So this one right here, when we unlocked this, and the level 5 and level 6 tunnels, their difficulty was reduced. As soon as that happened, that's when the fighting started. Because before that, we couldn't kill it. They were too strong. But once that ended, see, this is a level 5 tunnel right here. The level 5 tunnel connected our starting zone with teal, pink, and that was it. So teal and pink. So once we connected up to these starting zones, that's when the fighting started. So we have a nap with pink. Pink said, we're not going to fight you, don't fight us. And we said, cool. Because pink did that, we took down all of these towers for these buildings that we own. And now we're able to use those towers over here in the fighting because there's a limit of 300 towers. Over here, there's constant fighting happening now. So once you go to war with somebody, there's going to be fighting all the time. None of your season ants will die when you're fighting. So tier 11s don't die. They all go to the hospital. Doesn't matter. But it gets expensive because if you lose a full march of 200,000 tier 11s, for example, it's going to be very expensive. It's going to cost you like 30 million resources to heal that. So depending on how much you like to fight, if you get caught out, all of those things are going to depend on how many resources you need and how many resources you use. The other strategy that people have had, if you have tier 8s or tier 9s, for example, is using those troops. Because those troops die, but they come back at the end of the event. So when you lose your troops that you own, your tier 9s or tier 8s or in my case, tier 6s, these ones died when I first got in here. At the end of the event, they come back. So I will get these 54,000 troops back, but not until this event ends in, 25 days or whatever is left. So some people who have like 2, 3, 4 million, of these tier 8 and tier 9 troops are using their tier 8s and 9s on defense so that those troops die and go into this special holding, and the people that attacked are losing tier 10s and tier 11s and having to heal them. So they're wasting resources, and then all the tier 9s are just getting killed in this graveyard, but they come back at the end of the event. So that's a strategy that some people have been using. Okay, more questions. Let's get some more questions going. Otherwise, I'm going to end this pretty soon. I've been going for an hour and a half, and my voice is tired. Talking for an hour and a half straight is tough. Any question, even if it's already been asked, I'll repeat it. Some people are just going to skip through this. Some people are going to watch it back. I'll try and do chapters to answer the questions or put them in there so that people don't have to watch an hour and a half of me talking to find the answers they need, but we'll see. All right, no more from Felix. So, Felix, one thing I wanted to show you so that you're aware is inside of tower territory, when I attack like a devil stick or any of these higher level threats or tiles, when they're in your line's territory, they're regular strength. There's no additional fighting. But if I go outside of it, for example, see here how there's a station troops difficulty of 12.6%? So they get stronger. Every 1 foot you move away from your castle or your anthill increases the percent by 1 of the piles or the anthills, the tiles, whatever you're attacking. So keep that in mind. If you were going to search and you're like, oh, I'm going to kill this guy over here, you're like, you might be able to kill level 19s when they're inside the safe zone. But if you attack this guy, he's 63% harder than he would be if he was inside of, the special zone. Okay, let's see. Will the gift get increased too? For attacking the monsters, it is, but not by as much as I would have hoped. So an example is, here's a level 16. You get 95 to 166k and then 53,000 experience. Versus a level 15 where it's 94 to 165 and 52.5. So it barely goes up. I was hoping that the rewards would be more significant for killing higher level stuff. And they just, it seemed like they were kind of greedy there, especially with how many resources this area uses. Like the difference between a 15 and a 19 Hornet, or a 16 and 19 Hornet, you get 115 to 165 of these chests. But then a level 19, you get 130 to 180. So like 15 more. It's basically 15k resources. Not terrible, but for 3 levels and the amount of power you need to kill a level 19, I don't know. I think that they should have made it much more lucrative to kill higher level insects and threats. But the tiles do make a pretty big difference. Like the jump between a level 3 and a level 4 is noticeable. Like a level 1 is 2 per hour. A level 2 is 4 per hour. A level 3 is, I think, 6 per hour. But then a level 4 is only 7 per hour. So it drops off. I think they should have kept going on that pattern. So here it only goes to 7. And then a level 6 is 11. So they kind of screwed us up there. Like they should have kept going 2 per hour. And then a level 9 resource tile is like something crazy. So a level 9 resource tile is 21 per hour. So if you get to the point where you're killing level 9 tiles, you're going to be getting a ton of troops, because you can see I have 127 of these resource nodes. So if I had 127 times 21 on top of all the bonuses we get from the territory, you end up getting, a couple thousand troops per hour, which, if you wake up and you've got 50,000 troops, to play with, like, leave them in the hospital. Who cares if they die? You know, if you run out of resources and you have enough tiles, you can just wait a day and get another 50, 80,000 troops. Matthew and What Up talking about Guns of Glory. How are you guys doing with your super kingdoms? I know that there's tons of big people that went together, and now it's just ridiculous that server versus server, Guns of Glory must be just raking in the dough with the amount of troops getting killed in Kingdom versus Kingdom. But okay. God, my voice. Does anybody else have any questions? Anybody else have anything you want to ask? We're down to 4 people now. One of them is me. I think one of them is Felix, and then the other ones are What Up and Matthew. But yeah. So Kingdom 362 is Beast, but not as good as 171. Yeah, 171 is... that's insane that they allowed that many people to merge together. It would be cool for them if, like, they had an internal war, though, because then you have all these big monster rallies going on, killing millions of troops at a time. But yeah, here's the map, you know, zooming around it. I think this is going to be it for the stream, unless anybody's got last-minute questions. My voice is tired. I think I've dragged it on enough. Give it like 10 seconds, and then I'll say my closing comments. Oh, it's late for you. Yeah, thanks for showing up. All right, What Up? And Matthew and Felix and everybody that showed up, thank you for watching. I appreciated it. I had fun. And I'll see you in the next video or live stream. Oh, FLM just showed up. How are my matchups for this game or for the other game? FLM, the matchups, I think we're on a pretty decent we're in a pretty decent spot, but I don't remember looking. Like, we're in the 4 billion power range for our alliance. And so far the alliances that have picked fights with us, we've beat them. So I'm orange. So we're orange, and we started here. Green picked a fight with us, or teal picked a fight with us, and we took all their stuff. And now yellow's picking a fight with us, and we're starting to take their stuff. But we're fighting green and yellow at the same time, so it's tough. And then up here, it looks like we're starting to fight purple a little bit. So we might be overextending. But Boots is our leader, and he is ridiculously strong. So, you know, if he's there, they can't really do much about us taking their towers down, because he just kills them all. But then again, it's a team effort to take down any landmarks, and you need a lot of people. So the coordination required there has been pretty good, and we've been doing a good job. I should say they've been doing a good job, because I haven't been doing as much as I should have. But I only made this one for content, so playing a third account all the way through the event is tough to get motivated to do. But hopefully that answered the question, sort of, FLM. I didn't really study them that close because, again, on this new account, I'm only in Anthill 18. So it's not like I was able to do much fighting, or it would have mattered if I scouted them out, because it's alliances with 70 Anthill 25s that are all 600% stats that a brand new account can't do anything against. But all right, that's it for this one, you guys. Thank you. What up? Good luck taking those megas. Record them and send them to me on Discord or something. I'd happily take a look at you getting mega. But all right, everybody. Thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.